Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. New setup. Moved the office around again. Got this. Finally made use of all those beer labels that I was saving over the years. And like this is like only half my collection. I'm going to do the other wall with more. But anyway, tonight's beer, big beer. I haven't had this one in a while. According to Untappd, I've never had it at all. I just never checked into it. So this is, I assume, the 2025 Dogfish Head Wide Stout, 15.5 ABV. It's actually kind of low. There is a bottling code on here, but I have no idea how to read it. So anyway, fancy beer, poured in the fancy glass, not the stout glass. And yeah, it's a deep, dark, almost like, if you look really closely, like a super deep purple burgundy, like a Cabernet. Yeah, it gets a small brown head, but it just fizzles away like it's actually so loud you can probably hear it. Let's give this thing a smell. Oh yeah. It's funny, I mentioned red wine on the color. It has that kind of character, probably black currants. Yeah, red grape, black grape, whatever you want to call it. I don't get any vinegar. I definitely get like a sweet kind of vanilla kind of scent. Probably, I mean, a lot of that's from the alcohol. A lot of that fruitiness is from just like they use like just so much malt in this beer, you know, and it's so deeply kilned. It's going to bring out like tons of fruity flavors and aromas. I don't really pick any hops exactly. To me, it smells it's funny. This actually smells more like a barley wine than a stout to me, because I'm not like getting like roastiness. It's like so fruity, like maybe like a slight kind of almost like a char, or you know, like a cold brew coffee kind of thing. So anyways, I'm kind of scared. Let's get into it. Cheers. Wow, I haven't had this one in a long time. And like I said on the nose, I said kind of smells like a barley wine. It tastes a lot like a barley wine too. Like this is extremely fruity for a stout. Usually with stout, it's like, you know, roastiness, chocolatey coffee notes first, and then maybe like some fruitiness in the background, maybe. But this one, it's the complete opposite. Yeah, this has like this cherry cordial kind of flavor. It's just like this. There's like a chocolate fudginess here, just like straight up like fudge, like something that you get like in a gourmet shop, you know. Not from the vending machine. Yeah, like cherry cordial or chocolate covered strawberry, something like that. Just like this intense confectionery. It's sweet. It's sweet and rich, but it's not cloying. There is like some slight piney hops on here, slight kind of spice as well. And I think a lot of that is also from the alcohol. So you're getting, you know, sweet, rich, like wholly authentic, you know, malt derived flavors. Like to me, this almost tastes like a pastry stout, but I'm 99% sure that there's no, you know, syrups or extracts or anything thrown in here, because they probably would have said, you know, chocolate version or whatever. Yeah, this is like such a complex beer. I'm getting something new on each sip. Get a lot of vanilla that time. It's funny because like drinking a big stout like this, you just kind of like assume some kind of bourbon component, like, but this is not bourbon barrel aged, oddly enough, because it's funny, when I saw at Total Wine on the shelf, it said bourbon barrel, but I was like looking at the label, I'm like, it doesn't say barrel aged. And it took me like 15 minutes. I had to confer with the Total Wine employees and convince them that this is just regular worldwide, because they had the wrong tag on the shelf and it was scanning at the wrong price. Although it was still pretty expensive. It was $13.99 just for this one bottle. I think it's like $45 for a 4-pack. Not that well, actually, yeah, I kind of do want more now that I think about it. I remember the first time I had this beer was like way back in the early days of the show in Albany. And I remember it saying like it smelled like paint. You know, it had like kind of like a paint thinner kind of quality. It's just amazing how far the technology's come. That like, you know, because I was totally expecting that. I have gotten, you know, solvency qualities on like super strong beers, but this is like so smooth. And like I said, this, for all I know, this might be like a vintage, and like it just showed up here, so I don't know, but like there's no year on the label, so I don't know, because it's just if it is brand spanking new, it is amazing, like just how smooth this is. Like yeah, there's a little, there's a warmth. I would not call it a burn. It is very comfortable, very easy to drink. It's about the same body and mouthfeel as Bourbon County. Probably put it like full bodied. You know, it's nice, thick, and soft. I would not call it creamy, but it's definitely smooth. Alcohol's kind of comes in at the end, kind of drives everything out. Mostly. I mean, I do have like this kind of bit. Yeah, I'd probably call it like a sweet aftertaste, like a nice dessert kind of aftertaste. Yeah. This is definitely way better than I expected. I honestly didn't have high hopes for this, but this is definitely one of the best beers I've had this year. Definitely the best vintage I've had of Worldwide Stout, assuming again that this is 2025 edition. So I'm giving my full 10 out of 10 to Dogfish Head 2025 Worldwide Stout. All right, so I am rambling. If you watch all the way in, you already know you're awesome. I will see you guys for Mead Monday. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.
Hey, welcome to